If you keep finding spiders in the same corners of your house, don't reach for another expensive bug spray just yet. There is a simple homemade spray that can cost around $1 or less to make, and it may help make certain areas of your home less attractive to wandering spiders. And the best part is, you don't need to spray the entire house. You just need to know where spiders are getting in and what they're looking for once they get inside. Because here's something most people miss. Seeing one spider doesn't always mean you have a spider problem. Sometimes it means your home has the perfect conditions for them. Easy entry points, dark hiding places, and most importantly, plenty of tiny insects to eat. Fix those conditions, and you can often reduce the reason spiders keep coming back. So today, I'm showing you the inexpensive spray, how to make it, where to use it, and the mistake that can turn a simple natural solution into a complete waste of time. Let's start with the biggest mistake. Most people see a spider and spray the spider. That's understandable. You want it gone. But if you only deal with the spider you can see, another one may simply show up tomorrow. Why? Because the real problem may be the environment around your home. Spiders follow food. If small flies, ants, moths, mosquitoes, or other insects are regularly getting inside, your home can become a convenient hunting ground. And once spiders find a quiet corner with food available, they have very little reason to leave. That's why prevention is usually smarter than chasing them around the house. Now, you may have heard people talk about old-fashioned Amish pest control methods. There isn't one official Amish spider spray used by everyone. So I don't want to pretend there is some secret recipe hidden away in every Amish kitchen. But traditional households have long relied on simple habits. Keep things clean, seal openings, store food properly, avoid unnecessary chemicals, and use inexpensive household ingredients when they make sense. That practical mindset is what we're borrowing today. Now here's the simple spray. We're using peppermint essential oil diluted in water with a small amount of unscented liquid dish soap. Peppermint oil has a strong scent, and many people use it as a household spider deterrent. But here's the honest part. The evidence for essential oils keeping spiders away in real homes is limited, and this should be treated as a deterrent, not a guaranteed spider killer. That's actually good news, because we're not trying to sell you a miracle. We're trying to give you a cheap option worth testing alongside the things that matter most. And this costs very little. For a basic batch, you'll need a clean spray bottle. You'll need about 2 cups of water. You'll need around 10 to 15 drops of peppermint essential oil. And you'll need a tiny amount of mild, unscented liquid dish soap to help the oil disperse through the water. That's all. You don't need half a bottle of oil. You don't need a dozen ingredients. And you definitely don't need to make the mixture extremely strong. Now let's make it. Start with your clean spray bottle. Add about 2 cups of water. Then add 10 to 15 drops of peppermint essential oil. Add just a small amount of mild dish soap. Close the bottle tightly. Shake it gently before each use. That's important because oil and water naturally separate. The soap helps disperse the oil, but you'll still want to shake the bottle before spraying. Now comes the part that actually makes this useful. Don't walk around spraying every wall in your house. You're wasting your mixture. Instead, focus on areas where spiders are likely to enter or hide. Think about window frames, door thresholds, gaps around screens, corners near ceilings, basement edges, garage entry points, and dark, undisturbed areas where you've repeatedly noticed spider activity. But before you spray, look for the reason they're there. This next step can save you more money than the spray itself. Check your windows and doors. Are there gaps around the frame? Are your screens damaged? Is there a large opening underneath the garage door? Are pipes or cables entering through an unsealed gap? Because if you spray one corner but leave a wide open entrance, you're basically putting a welcome mat beside the bottle. Seal the opening. Then use the spray as an additional deterrent. That's the combination that makes much more sense. Now let's talk about the science without making it complicated. Spiders rely heavily on their senses to navigate their surroundings. Strong odors can interfere with the normal scent environment around a treated area. Peppermint oil contains aromatic compounds that create a very noticeable smell to us. Whether that smell consistently keeps spiders away depends on the species, concentration, environment, and how long the scent remains. So don't think of this as an invisible force field. Think of it as one small part of a bigger prevention strategy. And here's another important point. A natural spray doesn't automatically mean a harmless spray. Essential oils are concentrated substances. They can irritate skin and eyes. Some can be harmful to pets if used improperly, especially around animals that are sensitive to certain essential oils. So don't spray your pets. Don't put the mixture on their fur. Don't spray food surfaces. And don't use it where children or animals could easily lick or contact wet residue. If you have pets, check whether peppermint oil is appropriate for your particular animal before using it. When in doubt, skip the oil and focus on sealing entry points and reducing insects instead. Now, here's where the big companies hate this angle gets interesting. You will sometimes hear people say pest control companies don't want homeowners using cheap natural tricks. But the real story is simpler. A professional pest control service can solve much bigger problems than a bottle of homemade spray. If you have a serious infestation, structural entry problems, or dangerous spiders, professional help may be completely reasonable. What companies can't sell you is a magic replacement for basic prevention. And basic prevention is often free. Seal the gap. Repair the screen. Remove webs. Reduce outdoor lighting that attracts insects near doors. Keep food sealed. Clean dark corners. That's the part that doesn't require a subscription or a monthly bill. The spray is just the inexpensive extra step. Now let's talk about application. Shake the bottle. Spray a light mist around the targeted area. You don't need to soak the wall. You don't need to create puddles. A light application is enough to test whether the scent helps in that location. Reapply when the scent has faded, especially after cleaning or if the surface gets wet. And don't spray electrical outlets, electronic equipment, delicate fabrics, polished surfaces, or anything that could be damaged by moisture or essential oils. If you're unsure about a surface, test a tiny hidden area first. That's a 30-second precaution that can save you from a much bigger repair bill. Now, here's something you can do tonight. Turn off unnecessary lights near exterior doors and windows when possible. Why? Because outdoor lights can attract flying insects, and insects can attract predators, including spiders. If your front door is surrounded by insects every night, you're essentially running a tiny restaurant beside your entrance. You don't want that. Use appropriate outdoor lighting, keep doors closed, and make sure screens fit properly. Then clean away existing webs around entry points. You're removing both the shelter and the evidence of where spiders have already decided to settle. Now let's talk about results. Don't expect every spider to disappear after one spray. That's not realistic. The goal is to make certain areas less attractive while you fix the conditions that are bringing spiders inside. You may notice fewer webs in treated areas. You may notice less activity around specific entry points. Or you may notice no meaningful difference at all. And if nothing changes, that's useful information. It may mean the real problem isn't the scent. It could be an insect problem. It could be a large entry point. Or it could simply be normal spider activity around your home. Remember, spiders are part of the natural ecosystem, and many species are harmless and even useful because they eat other insects. So the goal isn't necessarily to eliminate every spider you see. The goal is to reduce unwanted indoor encounters. That's a much more realistic target. And here's your most important test. If you keep finding spiders in the exact same place, don't just spray more. Investigate that location. Look behind furniture. Check window seals. Inspect the bottom of doors. Look for cracks. Check nearby lights. And look for the tiny insects the spiders may be hunting. That investigation can tell you far more than another bottle of spray. Now, one final warning. Never mix homemade pest control sprays with bleach, ammonia, or other cleaning chemicals. You don't know what chemical reaction you're creating. Keep homemade mixtures clearly labeled. Store them away from children and pets. And only use ingredients according to their intended household use. If you're dealing with a medically significant spider species in your region or repeated bites, don't rely on a homemade deterrent. Get appropriate local pest control or medical advice. This trick is for prevention and ordinary household nuisance control. It's not a substitute for professional help when the situation calls for it. So let's recap the $1 strategy. First, identify where spiders are appearing. Second, look for entry points. Third, seal those openings. Fourth, reduce insects around doors and windows. Fifth, clean away existing webs. And finally, test a light peppermint-based spray in appropriate areas. That's the real trick. Not the bottle, the system. You're removing the reason spiders want to stay, and you're making the easiest entrances harder to use. If this saved you from buying another expensive pest control product, hit like. Subscribe to $2 Fix for more practical ways to solve everyday problems without wasting money. And tell me in the comments where you find the most spiders in your home. The bathroom? Garage? Basement? Bedroom? Or around the front door? Because if enough people comment, I'll make the next video around the most common location. And here's your bonus tip. Take a flashlight tonight and inspect your exterior doors after dark. Look closely around the frame. If you see lots of tiny insects gathering there, you've just found a major clue. Instead of only fighting the spiders, reduce the insects attracting them in the first place. That one change could do more than spraying the entire house. And in the next video, we're going after another cheap household problem that most people solve the expensive way. It takes one common item and a few minutes to test. Once you see the difference, you'll wonder why you were spending money on specialized products. Until then, keep it simple. Seal the gaps. Reduce the food source. Use the spray carefully. And fix the reason the problem keeps coming back. This is $2 Fix.